This back patio here, very busy. Got a lot going on. Got a lot of projects we're working on. Things like painting and this cool weather station. Vivor sent this over. I think they heard that I was talking about like a weather, like it would be cool to have a little weather station, something to tell the indoor, outdoor temperatures, things like that. And so he sent this little guy over. It's got a lot of cool tricks, and we won't use all of them because of the way that we intend to use it. But it's actually kind of cool. And right off the bat, you can see some of the wind speed, wind direction. It's got rainwater measurements, which is kind of cool. It can tell the light, obviously the temperature, humidity, and it's all solar powered, which I think is really cool. So ideally you face that thing south and off you go. Now I've had it plugged in for a few days, kind of playing around with this, and actually in the house there's the readout, which is surprisingly cool. And yeah, you can connect it online and all that good stuff, but we'll take a look at that. One of the hardest things to do is to figure out where to mount this guy. See, they want you to face the south, and on an RV that's not, realistically that's not going to happen unless you take it up and put it down and all that good stuff. But you can also mount this on a pole real easy, and it would be a lot easier if we had like a ladder like they do on the back of some trailers and motorhomes and such. But you can also, you can see there's actually screw or bolt holes, however you so choose. So you could come right into here. So it's easy enough to mount on a fence and the like, and everything's very adjustable. A couple screws. You can adjust this because you want to keep it flat. Let's take a look at the monitor while we leave this out here. So this sucker's a full-on meteorological station. This is the model YT60234. The instruction manual will go into everything that you need to know. You can go, as simple or as complex as you want to, and it's got the data here. Now the display, very nice, easy, nice and legible. It does take batteries. You can see that. There's a little battery trap door there, or you can go ahead and just connect it straight to the wall. It does have kick-out feet if you so choose, or you can mount it right on the wall, or you can just Velcro it, of course. You can change the brightness as well if you so choose, but here's all the information that this shows, or at least what I understand of it. You have your temperature outside, and you have little buttons that are little touch capacitive buttons along the bottom, and so right now it's showing that it's 110. I actually don't believe that. I think that the unit is getting a little bit hotter than the actual ambient feel, but if we go to temp, it feels like 114. I'm sure the plastic does. Heat index is 105 degrees, and wind chill, dew point. And we really don't have any wind right now. We have 10% humidity out, and that I do believe, 100% I do believe. You can see the forecast, slightly cloudy. It's mostly completely sunny, so that's about right. The UV index, very high. See how much light that's able to attain. That's really nice for solar especially. Like the wind, that is pretty accurate from what we've seen. So you can also see like the highest gust, direction of the wind, all that good stuff. So it's pretty thorough, overall. You can change the date and time. I have not done that. Now, every time that you unplug it, it does reset from what I'm seeing unless you have batteries in there. Now, right here in this little display, it also has interior temperature, humidity, all that good stuff. And if we were having rain, which of course in Las Vegas, there's not a whole lot of rain to be had, but you can tell, let's see, rain, the rate of rain, hourly rain, daily, weekly, monthly, total. You also have absolute and relative barometric pressure. Kind of interesting. I've never even thought about that. So there's a lot in here. You can have it act as an alarm clock as well. So that's something to know. So this might be a nice bedside, bedstand sort of deal. That's kind of a cool thing. You can also connect this unit to Wi-Fi and then update online. So you can share your information with other folks to get more local information. And then it can also download more accurate information, such as the forecast and such. So this is kind of an interesting little tool. So for those huge weather nerds, tornado chasers, amateurs, whatever, this is definitely a pretty cool deal. So I'll leave a link in the pinned comment below, but yeah, check it out, Vivor. So I think it's pretty neat, especially for those weather nerds, folks that really want to have a lot more information other than just temperature. I do love the solar panel. I like the way that it's easy enough to adjust. It comes with everything that you need, screws and all. I think the toughest part is just figuring out where to install it. And I actually think I might install it on Lenny the bus so that this can actually stay here. I was thinking about putting it on the trailer, but naturally, it's kind of a tough one to have it on the trailer. I don't want to drill in to the roof. I thought about maybe putting it on the solar rack and something like that. So Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But as of right now, I think this would actually be really great here on the bus. I just don't see the rain portion getting a whole lot of a whole lot of use. But it is a really cool, a really neat deal. So yeah, check it out. It does seem decently accurate, that's for sure. I do think that the plastic, as it heats up, it's got to kind of self-adjust a little bit, especially after it's been reset. But I kind of notice it seems to come high and then it sort of levels out. Yeah, it's a pretty cool deal. And they're not terribly expensive for all of this data. I would expect, you know, all these sensors, I would expect a lot higher of a price. I think they're around about 80 bucks on sale, which, you know, especially as a gift, I think it would make a really nice gift for folks. Check them out if you're interested. For weather nerds though, I think you'll really like it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye guys.